Live chat. Okie dokie. What are these? Oh, wow, that's new. Man, I got all kinds of options over here today. YouTube be up in here improving stuff. Oh, it's still got that stuff in the middle. Sup, Critter? I love how there's a comment and clearly someone in here, and it says 0 people are in here. So that's always great. YouTube is behaving so well, except for, it's not. I'm going to get this knocked out early. And, yeah. I forgot my tripod, too, so I'm out here. I'm going to try and find something to set this damn thing on. Holy shit, there's 4 people already. Do you know much about the 400s? I have one over in the other building taken partially apart, so I'm not a 400 genius, but I know a little something about them. What are you doing there, dumb buddy? Well, I'm kind of cold, to be honest with you. It's chilly out here. We got snow yesterday. Not enough to do anything with, just enough to piss everybody off. That cat thinks this place is a jungle gym, but oh well. Okie dokie. I wonder. I gotta get inventive because I forgot my tripod. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a bit breezy here too. What are you doing, cat? He doesn't know. He really has no idea what's happening in his life. I don't really know where I could set stuffs. This cat, I'm telling you. What are you doing? So I haven't really done anything since the last video. I did get a new camera. So I'll be trying to... Yeah, that's Buddy. I'll be trying to use that and see how it works. And if it works well, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get another one and do an unboxing video. That way my Amazon associates can quit bitching that I haven't bought anything through them. Love the collection. You make me want a 200 series. They are darn nice tractors. I've got all 6 of them, and I'm actually taking 2 to an auction this coming week to get rid of. I got 1 more out there sold, and then I'll have 1 left to sell. They are really nice tractors. I really like them. I've got, like I said, all 6. Mine are first year production. Eventually, I'll have this place cleaned up a little bit. I'm still working on trying to clear some stuff out of here I don't want. Get rid of some things. And, yeah, then I'll have hopefully more organized. I'm going to have the 6 200 series, the 2 317s, and the 400 on this side. And then over here, I'd like to have 4 green tractors. And then the 4 white tractors. Or, let's see here. 4 white tractors would go up to here. And then I'll have 5 spots left. I can put a couple of Graveleys that I'm going to hang on to. And some other things. I have 2 one-row planters, but I'm not going to sell either of them. You see one sitting right here. And the other is right here. I have 2 different generations of Brindley planter. I have lots of stuff back here. I got this. I got my lawn sweeper. I got 3 different back blades. One's right here. I don't know where the other 2 are. Chisel. Those 2 there, 43C center blades. Oh, there's one of my other back blades. That's a 2-way hydraulic blade that a fellow YouTuber would like to have. So he's going to be possibly buying that. I got 2 cultivators, 3 plows, a bunch of discs, tillers, front PTO right there. I have another front PTO right there. That's Gravely Brush Hog, Cub Snow Plow. Mower decks. Got a log splitter, snow plows, lots of stuff. Got another tiller right there. They're not very rare. They are hard to come across. They're kind of rare. They're not very rare though. I can find them anytime I look for them pretty much. I've never not been able to find one, but they are really expensive because they are limited number of them. So, yeah. Yeah, lots of goodies in here. I'm taking 5 tractors next week, my bad, to an auction. Got these 3 Cubs, a 212 and a 214 I'm going to take. And then still going to sell this, that. That's going to be my parts tractor till I find an 814. And then the first 2 tractors there are going to be sold. I'm going to part that snowmobile out here in the spring. And yeah, lots of stuff still going on. I got lots of chowder everywhere. Got front and rear buckets, snow blower, random Briggs engine that I grabbed somewhere along the lines, spare tires from a trailer, and tractors. This here is the mower deck for this 140. Yep, got lots of stuff. And yeah, I see you say you keep all attachments. I do the same thing. And okay, Dakota. Lots of stuffs. The brush guards, that's actually a Brindley garden cart. They are kind of rare. You flop it down and then you can put stuff in it to haul around. Yes, Dakota, I got your message. And then you just put it back up for easy storage, and can use it as a brush guard. That's what I'm doing because I don't hardly ever use it. But yeah, they're fairly hard to come across, and I actually found this one accidentally and had to grab it. It's not on the correct mount. This is a slab weight mount, but that's the same mount as what this is. The slab weight's on. Come spring, I'm going to be taking this hood in and fixing it. You see it's got a crack here, got a bit of a crack there, some scuffs in different places. You can tell it's been bondoed. So I fixed this one this winter, or last fall, I guess. I'm going to have this one done up in the spring for this tractor. Since I've started fiberglass work, I'll just kind of tape off around here and just do this whole front section. Do I have more what? More tractors? I got 3 in the other building. Well, I got 3 garden tractors in the other building, plus 2 cylinders and things. Man, we don't have our normals today. Getting some new faces in here. Come spring, that 212 will be getting restored. I need to actually get it over there, stop screwing around, so I can start rebuilding the engine this winter and just paint it in the spring. 210 will be eventually a rebuild. It doesn't need restored because it's original paint, but I'd like to rebuild the engine. 214, well, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. And then this 120 and this 120 are also on the agenda to get restored in the next 2 or 3 years. So in the last live I mentioned that I was doing some lights on our backhoe. My 400 will run once it's back together. I bought it running and did some hydraulic work to it, and then the starter went out. I'm just now getting it put back together from that, and then it'll be usable again. Did some lights on the backhoe here. We got flashers, one in each corner, front and back, and then 4 24,000 lumen light pods on the front and 4 on the back. 2 facing forward, 2 facing out. So I've been working on wiring that all up. Lots of wiring. Still got a ways to go. Got to bring the switch panel in and finish cleaning up all the wiring. But we're getting there. And here's the cat. I'll unlatch the door while I'm at it. Always lots of stuff getting done around here. Whether it's useful stuff or not is a different story. Dakota, I did not get it yet. The guy has not responded to me since Friday. How deep will this go? This has extend-a-hoe on it, meaning this whole piece will extend out. You see how this will run all the way out. So from the end of the teeth, fully extended, to this pivot pin right here is just a shade over 26 feet. So we can go about 26 feet deep with this backhoe. And this backhoe weighs 26,000 pounds. I still got snow in the hitch. I did take this 140 out yesterday and tinker around, pretend plowing. It was only about 1 inch of snow, so I just wanted to get rid of some of it, because if you don't, you run it all down and pack it down, and then it starts to warm up, starts to turn into a little bit of water, gets slippery, and then it freezes, and it all just becomes a sheet of ice. That is true. Yeah, a modern machine that would do what that one would be well over 20 grand. For the stripped down, simplest model one. And I mean, that wasn't too cheap either. Those things are still close to 10 grand. But yeah, base price on something like that new is probably starts at 20 grand and goes up from there. If you put a cab on it, it goes up. Heat, AC, all goes up. Lots of different things. I don't know who watched the video I did when I put this blade on this Gravely, but I took it out to play with it yesterday when we got some snow. And, well, my redneck lift. It bit the dust. I don't know if you guys can see that. It opened that hook all the way up. So that didn't work. It worked for a little while. But that's all right, because we don't get diddly for snow around here. I'll just have to stop being lazy and get the correct mount. Or, you know, do it the right way and build another one that's slightly stronger. I don't know what this cat's doing. He probably doesn't either. So I get asked occasionally what all attachments I have. And I'm going to try and go over some of those now. But honestly, I assure you I'll miss some. So I got the 4-way hydraulic blade, obviously, that's on the 140 here. Got the Brindley garden cart. This is a front hitch that I had made for me. I've got front slab weight and bracket. Got an original 80 cart. I also have another one of these over in the shop that I got like 5 years ago. Clapped. Took it apart to start restoring, and that's as far as I got. I've had several others over the years, so I just haven't done anything with it. Here's a front PTO for a 110, 112, 200 series. Over here I've got a sickle bar for, going to go on the 400 is what it's going to go on, but it's for anything with 3-point that you can run hydraulics. Got a Brindley disc right up there. Acreage Estate hay rake right here. Turf Groom 136 lawn sweeper, Brindley back blade. Okay, Dakota, sound good. I got the chisel over here we already saw. Number 4 log splitter, 3 snow plows for 110, 12, and 200 series. We got Brindley corn planter, several mower decks right there. Brush hog for Gravely, snow plow for a scrub, that's going to be going away though. And a bunch of other stuff over here. Please make a video on the sickle bar job. Well, I can do that just as soon as I get this 400 back together. It's hydraulic run, so I have to get it rigged up, decide where I want to hook the hydraulic pump up for the sickle bar, and then it should be decent. I brought it in here when I got the hydraulics on the 400 working, set it there, and then used the 400 once, and then starter went out. So yeah, and 400's not easy to work on. They are a real pain. They were kind of an experiment for John Deere, getting into the super garden tractors. And well, they worked out fine. They could have been designed better, we'll put it that way. I do like the manual PTO. I don't like how it's designed though. And all the attachments are just different for the 400. So yeah, that's the only thing I really have I can run with the 400. If it snows enough, can you do a snowmobile video? Well, it ain't snowed enough yet. We got an inch yesterday, and now it's going to get warm again next week. And the snow's already melted, so yeah. Ran my 400 out of oil. It runs on 1 cylinder now. Well, yep, you probably grenaded 1 rod. Gonna have to rebuild on the engine. 1,200 hours on it. Well, that's unfortunate. Mine has, oh, futhermucker. I don't remember how many mine has. Mine was fairly low on hours, but I don't remember how many. Less than 1,000. Still, it doesn't smoke or burn any oil or anything. I've got all the fluids in it changed and ready to go, and then it, yeah, said bye-bye with the starter, I guess. Dang it, Dakota. There's snowmobiling videos up on the channel that you can go watch. They're just a few years old. But, yeah, I mean, in the last 2 or 3 years, we haven't got enough snow to hardly run the snowmobiles. That's why this one hasn't run in 3 years, because haven't had enough snow in 3 years. I just start mine occasionally and let it idle, warm up, and shut it back off. I need to be getting these 3 dug out and ready set the engine in the 105 that's going to go with it. Find a new workbench for this. Blake the collector, here. Yeah, you missed roll call there, bud. You late. What are you late for? You didn't even bring the pizza. Daggone people, I tell you what. Can't get good help, can we? I'm working on this engine for my neighbor. Started getting a boatload of gas in the oil, which is a carburetor issue. And this carburetor is not rebuildable. I mean, you can't get anything for it. And I mean, it's fairly fixed jet, if I remember right. I've been waiting on parts for over a month now. But at least it's colder, I guess. Shoot, forgot the pizza, but I did get the 400 to run, sorta. Oh, I don't think that counts. That doesn't taste as good as pizza. Yeah, get him, Dakota, get him. Tell him to bring that pizza next time. All right. Let's see here. What else we got to go over? Come on, gas doesn't taste as good as pizza. No, not really. But you're welcome to taste it and tell us. But I don't think it's going to taste as good. Personally, I'd rather have a nice hot pizza. Oh boy. I need to get this 214 done something with. I think diesel tastes good more than pizza. What? Who said a dirty word? Smells good, doesn't taste good. Ding dang, Dakota, come on now. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh wow, we're down to 3 people now. All of a sudden everybody left. Or YouTube said they did, I guess. I guess they could still be here and YouTube's just, well, not paying attention. Do the 400s have carb issues? Only if you give it one. It's almost the same carburetor as any of these. I do live in Virginia. What's that got to do with the price of diesel? Oh, I know, you live in a Biden state. I mean, what? Who said that? Oh, fiddlesticks. I think now that Blake the collector's here, I think that means it's time to end the live and just go to bed, yeah. Just kidding, y'all. Love the high-low range transmission. Yes, that is amazing. That is one of the main reasons that I want the 400. I don't really like the open frame tractors, but having the hydrostatic and the high-low transmission behind it is super, super nice. Like the 140s here. It's nice to have a hydrostatic, but they don't have a lot of power once they get through the hydro. If you need a lot of power on the 400, you just shift her into low. Not that you should be working it in high by any means. You should probably be running it in low all the time, unless you need like a road gear or something goofy. But, I mean, even the 317 with the 17 horse Kohler twin could use more power by the time it gets back through the hydro. The hydros take a lot of power to run. So, yeah, I mean, I do like the 400 having the high-low. I wish the 400 also had the diff lock like the 420 and 30 did, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. I'd rather have no diff lock than be running on an Onan. Man, Dakota's over here retracting messages. So the 400 is nice. That's really the only 400 series I would like to hang on to. Was wanting to put a Honda on it, should just fix. Don't put a Honda on it, just fix the original engine. They're not super hard to rebuild. Parts are readily available. I always get mine through either eBay or iSave Tractors, but make sure that you get good parts if you're going through eBay, like stems, or if you can find them, Kohler parts. But those are super expensive, and Stens is my favorite replacement for the cost. I used Stens parts in my 216 rebuild and in the 140 rebuild. And the 140, let's check the hours, do an hour check. It has 49.4 hours. I don't know what the deal is with my hour meter. I taped or put a bag over the hole, everything here, to paint the rest of the tractor, and when I pulled it off, that was like that. So, whatever. Hard to read, but it looks like it says 49.4. That's Sten's parts. iSave tractors seem like a good option. They are a really good option. All their stuff is fairly good quality. I use a lot of their head gaskets and whatnot. But man, they are so expensive. They are twice what everybody else is. And I mean, I'm all for supporting a small business as much as I can. But when I did the 216, I got the kit for like $120 off eBay through the supplier that I use. And iSave Tractors was like $250. And I'm not going to pay twice as much or more to get the same exact parts. So I just go through eBay. I have a guy that I've bought several kits from. He always sends me good quality stuff, and he's fair and easy to work with. So that's where I get all my stuff. I don't think my 400 actually has 2,000 hours on it. It runs way nice. Well, if the hour meter says it, it's got at least that on it. It could have been rebuilt at some point, but also, this tractor here has 2,200 and, let me make sure that's right, 2,237.4 hours on it. It is a stock original 12-horse Kohler. It still runs great. It does smoke, but it runs amazing. So hours doesn't have nothing to do with it. Taking care of it does. All about saving money. Yeah, me too. Especially with this many tractors. You see I've got like 30 of them. Maybe 35. I've lost count because I'm too lazy to count constantly. So when I'm working on this many tractors, I can't afford to be spending that much. Now, if I only had one tractor, I was just keeping it running, maybe. But when I'm rebuilding an engine every year, that adds up. Or some ding-dong left the key on. Yeah, no, probably not. If you leave the key on, it will ruin your coil. And those twin-cylinder coils, man, they're not easy to get. Started a YouTube channel about my music. Sweet, Dakota, link it. I'll put it in the comments. Everybody here would love to see it, I'm sure. Dakota over here plays guitar, and he's, well, I don't know when he started. Several years ago. He's getting pretty good. So y'all go check out his channel once he gets it linked here. And as soon as this live's over, I'm going to go check it out too. I told him he could get himself a YouTube channel going and make some music. And I could run some of his music like Diesel Creek does with semi-supervillains and just give him a plug, help him get views. Got a 110, 316, 400 Gordon tractors. I don't list lawnmowers. Yep, good. Lawnmowers don't count. As you see, I have one, kind of, back here. This thing is a Craftsman lawnmower. It is widened and pulley swapped and obviously has a roof on it now. But it doesn't count for anything. It just sits there until I get unlazy and fix it again. I'm on the third, maybe fourth transmission in it. It goes like 20, 25 miles an hour. It's really fun. I can do wheelies with it and other assorted things that I shouldn't. But yeah, I go through transmissions like a Dodge. So that's one of the lawnmowers that are here that don't count. Also have a Murray outside. It's the Hoopty. The only reason it's still here is because it's my most viewed video driving it in the pond underwater. I do like the 110s a little bit. I don't actually have any except my patio right now, though, that I'm going to sell. I've sold all my 110s except for one. I have one left, but eventually I'd like to have a 110 and a 110 patio, but I'm going to get particular about the year. I want to get rid of the 71 and get a 70. The 140s have been growing on me, though, to be honest with y'all. I do like them. I just wish that they were gear drive optional. I like that they have the hydraulics, H3. I wish they'd have made a gear drive with H3 and dual brakes. If this tractor was a gear drive with the hydraulics still, the dual brakes, all that, it would be an awesome tractor. I don't like hydros, though. This is my 112 patio I use. 10 horse Kohler. Runs real good. Still got to put a different transmission in it. I have its original transmission over in the shop that I went through. There's a video on when I got this running. You see the damage in the transmission. And then there's a video of fixing its transmission, probably only a month or two ago. And eventually I'll be putting the transmission back in this sucker. And that dumb cat is running around like a chicken with its head cut off. He's got more energy. I just don't know where he gets it. There he is. What are you doing there, buddy? Yes, the patio. It definitely earns its keep too. We have a like 4.5 by 8 foot wagon with 4 foot sides on it, and it's on a running gear, a hay wagon running gear that's been cut in half, and so it's just got one axle. It doesn't have two like a hay wagon. And I'll hook it to this patio and I will load it clear full of firewood. I mean clear full. And drag it back across the yard. And man, this thing pulls it through the ditch, through the hills, all of it. And this thing's completely stock. It's just got 850 bars on the back, no wheel weights, nothing fancy. Very impressive. I kind of wanted to hook that wagon to a Cub to see how one would do, but I'm worried about breaking the axle housings on the Cub because they're, Cubs. These things are kind of chintzy. I bought some Cubs to try out because Cub people kept telling me how great Cubs were and they're better than deers and yada yada and blah blah and big mouth like Cub people are. So I bought some, and I'll have to say, they are royal pieces of junk. I hate them, so I'm getting rid of all of them. I have 4. I'm selling all 4 and going to back to John Deere. I think this 400 is bigger than what I'm going to use it for. Oh yeah. Unless you, I'll use every bit of the 400 here because we got woods and we cut firewood to heat the house in the winter. So I'll go back and pull big ass trees out with it. We already used the existing garden tractors. You see current or occasional videos of logging, but that 400 would be great. I just started today. I'm editing a video right now of me playing Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. Dakota Boyd is your YouTube channel. All right. Sounds good. Everybody who's interested, go ahead and check that out. I know I will be once he gets the video up. Are you editing on your phone, Dakota, or on a computer? If you don't mind me asking. I did Tug of War 400 when it was running against a Honda 500 quad. It was a stalemate. Yeah, a 400 will drag most anything you hook it to and outrun most any other garden tractor. John wanted to race one day when I first got the 400, flat tire and everything on my 400. He wanted to race, thought his tractor was going to be faster. He redlined it and floored it, went as fast as he could, and I just tootled along in high half throttle and I whooped him by a mile. Those things are fast as hell with the high-low in them. That's so nice. And yeah, I can pull quite a bit with it. I do think I'm going to air down at some point, though. Phone, I don't have a computer. Probably should get one for this, but I don't know. Well, I'll talk to you later about editors, I suppose. But I have a couple suggestions for you. And I've started editing some on a computer, and you need a heck of a good computer to edit because it takes a lot. I have an $800 gaming PC, and it's not just for gaming. I only have a few games. It's not overloaded or anything for you nerds. And man, it works it pretty good, or it seems like it does. I don't know how to look at all the other stuff of how it's doing, but it sounds like it works it pretty hard editing videos. 11 miles an hour of pure Kohler. I think mine was at like 13 when I checked it with a flat tire. Now with new tires on it, I'll have to check it again once it's running and see where we're at. Not quite happy with this hood, but it's pretty good for a first one. I think I should have sanded a little bit more out right here. And there was one other spot. I tell everyone it does 20. I know it don't. Yeah. The other nice thing about, you going to start a fiberglass business? No, I am probably not. But I've thought about accepting projects and jobs from people not as a business, just tinkering around. Okay, what was I responding to? What was I going to say? I don't remember. Nuggets. Must not have been that important. Fiberglass isn't, it is a real pain in the butt. Don't let me lie to you. It's not super hard to figure out. It is kind of difficult to get right. And since you do have to sand it to start with, oh my goodness, you get fiberglass fibers everywhere. Got a 110 hood you could do. Do ya? Well, that's going to cost you, huh? That's going to cost you about 10 pizzas. How's that? I got this hood to do. Does your Brindley planters have different seed plates, or is it a corn plate only? The white one I have back there only has one plate. The red one, which is the older one, I have a few extra plates for. Yeah, I've got several hoods I need to do. I'm going to do this one in the spring. I'm going to do this one eventually, just because, why not? It's broke here, and broke here, and somebody tried to fix it, it looks like. They're kind of rare, those planters are, but they're not super rare. I mean, you can fairly easily find them for sale. Unless you're looking, maybe. I can find them for sale all the time because I'm not looking. But they're expensive. There's usually one or two on eBay for $600 or $800. And then I've got a pile of hoods over at the other shop. Yeah, actually I don't have as many hoods to do as I thought. So yeah, I might take some customer projects. I would fix this for anybody that's wondering. But this hood is a completely original paint and decals and everything. I want to leave it that way. So I'm just going to leave it cracked also because I don't want to fix it and mess it up. What size ground plow is good to put on a 400? It's meant to have a 12-inch 3-point plow. I used to have one, but I got rid of it because the tires are 12 inches wide. So you need a 12-inch furrow to really be able to fit the tire in. Brindley makes a 12-inch Category 0 3-point hitch mounted one bottom plow. and that's what it's made to pull. I'm not really going to do a lot of plowing with mine because I sold my 3-point plow. Somebody showed up, was getting something else, and decided he wanted it, so I sold it. If I want to plow, I'll just toss a 10-inch on that I have. I have seen people with 420s, 430s, 400s, 318s pull 2 bottom plow, probably 10-inch before, so I'm sure the 400 would do it. I guess it depends on your location though. In the clay that we have up here in Ohio, probably don't have a lot of chance pulling a 2-bottom plow, but somewhere with more sandy soil, a 400 should easily pull 2 10s, possibly even 2 12s in light enough soil. But here, 1 12 is all you're going to really want to pull with a 400. I don't know how your soil is, but ours here is very, very full of clay. Clayy, don't know what the correct word would be. But yeah. Want to plow with 400. Yeah. It's fun to plow. I like to plow with a gear drive better. With a hydrostatic, say I'm plowing and I'm going to use 317 because I'm closest to it. Say I'm driving at this speed. Pull into the furrow, drop the plow. Well, now it's got a load, so it cuts my speed in half. I now have to run the dang lever clear up here. The gear drives, you drop the plow, and it might bog the engine a little bit, but you're not going to change speed otherwise. Never pulled a plow with the 400, but I did fill a 15 wagon with sand, very heavy. Well, on that subject, we have one of them 15 carts right here, and we fill it full of dirt, sand, rock, gravel, whatever. We used to pull it with this because that's what it came new with. That's a 1999, my bad, GT235. Got the 18 horse V-twin Briggs. But lately I've been pulling it with whatever I have handy. Really, you could pull 2 or 3 of these loaded full with a 400, unless you're sinking in the mud or something. When something's on wheels and rolls, it's much easier to pull. I'm about an hour away from you, so I'll use 1 12-inch plow. Well, it's probably a good idea if you've got one. Let's see here. Yeah, like I said earlier, I load the 4x8-ish, 4.5x8 wood wagon with 4-foot sides up, pull it with this. So when it's on wheels, things tend to roll and pull a lot easier. So yeah, let's see here. What else we got? Got 5 people in here. Hey, everybody. My numbers keep on going up and down, so I'm assuming we're getting different people, and some people are joining and leaving and whatnot. Got some probably mold on the floor, honestly, from water coming in under the wall. When it rains a lot, this place will flood a little bit. Have a little bit of water sitting right here for a couple days. Especially right here, you can see it's darker colored. It's still in the process of drying out. Still have some dirt work to do. Maybe I ought to just sell this Gravely. I really haven't decided yet. It's not exactly one I want to keep, but I have a good backstory on it. I bought it from the original owner. And, it's all original. I have the hood sitting right there. So it's complete. It's in really good shape, so I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. Use the wheels are easy to roll. Learned my lesson with 400. 3 flat tires roll well. Gee, really? No, they don't. And as Alan Wolf said, he had a 430, and he told me it got a front tire went flat. And it wouldn't move. It wouldn't drive through the gravel. It would just spin out. So flat tires do a lot. To be fair, 430s are pieces of shit anyway. They have a ton of weight up front, which is no bueno. I like the Gravely stab at it. Engine back here, transmission back here. All you got up here is gas tank and battery. Pretty nice. Light in the front end. Steering brakes, so you can just flop the front end all over the place. It's pretty nice. 400 is like 1,000 pounds, right? Yeah, dry weight on the 400 is, I think, exactly 1,000 pounds according to tractor data. So with attachments, different tires, weights, fluids, the whole 12 yards, it's probably, 1,200 pounds, depending on what you have. But dry weight's supposed to be 1,000 pounds. It's, just over 6 feet long, I think. I don't remember. I used to know the specs, but yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Super Garden tractors. Mostly because they're all open frame, and I'd rather sleeve hitch. Honestly, really want a 332. Best of both worlds, 332 diesel. Yep. Diesel and H2. H2 is garbage. I'm not going to lie. Gonna tell it how it is. I would never buy a 332 simply because all it is a diesel 317. And to be honest with you, the 317 is not, but not for running hydraulics stuff. It's just, for a 4-way blade, it's just too much of a pain in the butt. So, not worth it. I would never buy one. They're super expensive. Open frame, you can't even put a sleeve hitch on it. So, yeah. I don't like the H2. I want to have H3, like a 140 or a 400, or the single hydraulics is good, like the 200 series have. But H2 is just a roll penis in the butt. It's annoying, not worth nothing. Unless you have that splitter valve, which pretty expensive, and yeah. I've got one, but it's locked up. I haven't fiddled with it. I kind of wanted to put it on this tractor. This engine will be going in the 140 patio in the spring. I need to finish up that restoration. And this engine came out of the 120 patio. It's a good running engine, doesn't smoke or burn oil or any crap like that. And clearly, this seal is just a trooper. Okay, let me figure out how to turn on the flash here. Haha, this seal is clearly a trooper because, well, it might be seeping a little bit, but this engine has been tipped up like this for, oh, holy crap, 6 or 8 months at least, I'd say. 400 dry weight is 975. Did you just look that up? That's cheating. Is it snowy where you are, Mike? It's trying to be, but it's just pretending. All the snow is already melting. And everywhere I look, there's that cat again. It's pretending to be snowy, but it's really not. Just enough to piss everyone off, not enough to do anything. You ever just take 5 gallons of gas and go down the line, top them all off? No, because that 5 gallons disappears very, very fast when I do that. So I just let them get close to empty. And then when I'm ready to use it and the gauge says empty, I just fill it up. Yeah, this one's just under half. 3/4 inch here in Central Ohio. Yeah, we got a little over an inch. For anybody out there, if you ever run across one of these gauges, says John Deere in it, don't let it go. Deere doesn't make those gauges anymore because they're dingle stuffs. And so those are getting expensive. I saw one NOS, new old stock, sell about a year ago at an auction on Facebook for like $250 freaking dollars. I was fixing to buy it when I saw it at, 25, 30 bucks. But then it got up there and I thought, no way in heck. So if you find one of those on any tractor you have, keep it. Hapco said they're going to make more, or make some of those. They haven't made any yet. They said they're going to start making them. So I am going to be buying a pile of them when they actually do. Need fuel gauge like that for my own 10. Well, you're not going to get one because, like I said, they don't make them no more. And I was told Hapco wants to start making them, like I said, but I ain't seen them yet. The Tractor Channel, good evening. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the live stream. It's already almost 6. 6 is when I normally start, but the last 2 times I've started at 5, which works out way better. We can do it in here. I have way better service for internet in here. I get way better reception. And I have no idea how clear this video is coming through to you guys, but it's got to be better than when we're in the other building. It's just got to be. New familiar face. Yep. We got, well, currently, according to YouTube, whether that's true or not, who knows? According to YouTube, we got 5 people right now. And I don't think I trust it. I could throw it further than I could trust it, which isn't saying a whole lot because on a phone I can throw it fairly far. Wow, looky here. Everybody's in the comments up to no good. They just let anybody in here, don't they? I see you two. I'm keeping a close eye on y'all. Didn't hear you. Left and came back. Now there's sound. That's interesting. YouTube is just freaking amazing. Not really. It's such trash. Oh, and it just went from 6 to 4. So, okay, whatever. Anyway, on a brighter note, wonder who all's in here. I know 2 of the clowns that are in here. I see the 2 of you two. I want to keep my eye on you. Got the notification. Other than that, who knows? But, yeah. Make sure you keep your eye on the 2 of them. They're troublemakers. I throw it further than I could trust it. Yeah. There's something new I've never heard. You've never heard that? Wow, clowns. Uh-huh. Yep, that's correct. Y'all are clowns. I see you two. I'm keeping my eye on you. Neither of y'all brought pizza. Both y'all showed up late. Hard to get good help around here. Wonder if Dakota's still here. Dakota, if you're still here, hi. But make sure you get your video edited so we can all watch it. Blake, you never heard that saying? Dang. Yeah, apparently Blake has lived under a rock. Hey, pizza's not on my pay grade. Oh, it's not? Well, don't worry, it ain't on mine either. That's above my pay grade by several levels. So, who is going to the Two-Cylinder Expo in Lancaster, Ohio this year in June? See who all will be there. Not me. I like rocks. Okay, that's nice. So you like Chevys. Anyway, well, I will be going one day is the plan. I'm going to be there Saturday. But, yeah, I'm going to the Two-Cylinder Expo. Well, good. Then maybe I'll see you there. I'm going to be there Saturday all day or until we start cleaning up and head home. Uh, I don't know. I'm going to watch the auction. We'll see if I buy anything. Chevy equals rock. Chevy, like a rock, just sits there. So Chevy, rock. We like the good stuffs here. We don't like no bow tie mobiles. Not a big fan of Dodges either. I'd rather have my transmission under the truck, not in the bed. After it falls out on the side of the road and your buddy has to come tow you home with a Ford. More like a Boulder. Taking tractors to the expo. Probably not. We're going to take, well, I don't know. Haven't decided. We're going to take the Bee with the sweep rake, and my brother wants to take something else for him to drive around on. And I'm thinking if I can have the 212 done in time, I'm going to take that up, because that'll be a decent break-in activity, just run around the show a bit. Maybe take the front PTO and run it on the dyno. Break it in on the dyno, see how that goes. I'm sure there'll probably be a dyno there anyway. Hey, I like Dodges. Well, I'm sorry about that, but I would rather have my transmission under the truck, not in the bed, like I said. And with a Dodge, you can't have that. Mainly first, second, and third gens, but they got to be manuals. Well, dang, the manuals aren't any better than the automatics. The dang transmissions fall out of those too. My area of friends in high school had all brands, and well, I was one of the only ones with a Ford, but everyone else liked my Ford better than their Chevys and Dodges because they're more comfortable and they don't break the fuck down. Pardon my French. Manuals are better. Yes, they are, but manual Dodges still break. Had a friend that had a second-gen Dodge, and I don't think I could count on one hand how many times he lost fifth gear. Had another kid, had a automatic second-gen Dodge, and for some reason he blew the differential up before he blew up the transmission. But he still only had it for maybe 2 months before that grenaded. Brother has second-gen, but that auto is built for towing. He's putting that trans through a lot, and it's still going strong. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Ford 4-speed with granny, low, the best. Yep, I'm looking at a different truck. I'm looking to sell my truck and get a different one right now. Mike, you need an economy tractor. Nope, had one. Been there, done that. Don't like them. Kind of crud. Use a Cub Cadet at the show. Have to push everywhere, but is a brake in front of... Come back here, comments. Have to push it everywhere. But it... come on, comments. Stick around. Brake in front of the transmission. He's had it for a few years and daily drives it. Yep, I've daily drove my truck since high school. I've got a 99 7.3 Power Stroke. And all the kids that I went to high school with, the career center there, you know, had their Dodges and Chevys and, oh, my Chevy or my Dodge gonna outlast your truck. I got so many miles on mine. I bet your truck can't get that high. You ask them, well, what's your mileage? 238,000 miles. I'm like, well, that's freaking cute. My truck has like 370,000 on it, and I still tow with it. It is super reliable. It's never left me stranded. We're constantly leaving them stranded. And yeah. I've got an 86 F-150 in the shop waiting to get fixed up. 302 auto with 4-speed auto overdrive. Dak nabbit Biden moment up in here. I'm looking for a OBS Ford again. I miss my OBS Ford. Had a 94 with a 460 in it as my first truck. And boy, was that a lot of fun. A single cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive. And it never left me stranded either. Well, I did leave it sitting some place one day. The plastic pulley, or no, the metal pulley. The plastic was the replacement. Metal pulley for the serpentine belt. The pulley, or the bearing locked up. No, it was plastic. Bearing locked up, and it twisted the pulley off. And so I lost my power steering and all that stuff. I still had water pump, but I just put it on a trailer and brought it home and put a new pulley in it anyway. Technically, I could have drove it home, though. I was just, didn't know no better because, man, I had that. That was my first truck, and I only had it for a few years. Tractor channel, you better be careful there, power joke. My power stroke will run circles around your Dodges. George truck, so it's rust-free with 96,000 on it. Original miles. Well, that's pretty darn low. But pretty high miles for a Dodge. It might not make it much further. Mr. President is like a blind cat. When he finishes his speeches, he can't find the exit. I liked the way somebody described him one day. They said, after his speech, he turns into a Roomba, one of them vacuums that just kind of goes until it bumps into something and then goes over here and bumps into something and goes over here and bumps into something and comes back, I like that description better. Turns into one of them vacuum cleaner thingy-majiggers, them fancy-dancy suckers. And he does. He literally just finishes and just walks around like a crane eater. Dad has 3rd gen 24 valve 5-speed manual with almost 290k on it. Does he now? How many transmissions has he gone through? That is the big question there. I shouldn't talk about our president too much because, well, YouTube is a Democrat and they will cancel me. But, not hating on power jokes. Factory trans. I like how you said that. Not at all spelled wrong. That is the correct spelling and pronunciation, according to our president. Well, it is 6:10 now. That means it's about time to call this live over. Anybody got any more questions or smart aleck remarks they'd like to throw in before we go ahead and call her a night? Bought a few new batteries. Yeah, the batteries are getting kind of cheaper now. Was at RKO the other day and they're like $80 instead of $180 now. I'm actually looking for a Power Stroke 5 or 6 speed. Me too. I'd like to get a Super Duty extended cab long bed 4-wheel drive F350 6-speed manual. But when I'm not picky, they're hard to find. Cheaper, still expensive. I'm also looking at a couple of other trucks. I'm looking at a 96 5-speed right now. The guy won't respond to me though. He just sits there with his thumb in his ear and doesn't even look at the messages. Don't know if he's busy or just dumb. But I haven't heard from him since Friday night. I was supposed to get it Friday, and then he said he couldn't get the title done. Then I was supposed to get it today, but I never heard from him to go get it. So who knows what's going to happen. Probably not going to get it, but anyway, what other comments have rolled in? Blake, you forgot the H. Be quiet over there. Good night, nerves. Hard to get good help up in here. Nah, don't need it yet. LOL. Are the older style 316s H2? All 316s are H2. Oh, nope, that's a lie. 316 Kohlers are H2. 316 Onins are H1. That sounds right. Yeah, that is right. The 316 Onin is the smaller version of the 318, and the 316 Kohler is a 316K made in 1978 only. All that is a John Deere 300. I mean, it's the exact same tractor as a John Deere 300. just labeled as a 316K. Not sure why they did that, but they did. John Deere didn't like owning, so they made them H1s. Well, the 420s an H3, the 318s an H2, so that doesn't exactly work out for you. It says, and yet not need it. Come back here. Yeah, I don't remember what I said. My memory's about as good as Biden's. To be honest with y'all, I can't remember squat since the China virus. And it's all Biden's fault. I'm glad I don't monetize these live streams. That would be unhealthy for my monetization. So it's quarter after. I am going to, again, get ready to wrap it up. Any questions or smart-ass comments, drop down below. And we'll get them knocked out of the way here before we end the live. Otherwise, it's about time for me to go and kick back on my fat butt and probably actually do some more work. But probably time for you guys to kick back. I'm probably do a stream then. Tonight? You like IH? No, they're junk. I have 4 of them. You want them? What's the next collection update? When's? Well, you guys voted and decided that I should do one the first of every month. So, what's today? Like the 18th? Yeah, I was right, 18th. So, it'll be, well, on the 1st. You'll take them. Good, I got 4 of them. I'm actually taking the other 3 to an auction next week if they don't disappear before then. IH goes forever. IH is a piece of shit. I got these 4 to try them out against deers and see, because IH people, well, they say they're better. And what piles of junk. They can't keep up. They couldn't keep up with a John Deere lawnmower. See, Blake's smart. He'll take none of them because he knows that they're all cubs. They're junk. The best part about them is the engine, Kohler, great. The rest of them is junk. You call them junk, but you like Power Strokes made by IH made the 7.3 IDI. There you go. Green and yellow all the way. There you go. These scrubs are junk. They did not use good metal. Kohler equals A. Well, what do you like? Ding dong. Kohlers are the best. Don't tell me one of those crayon eaters that likes Onins. Power Stroke is Navstar. Well, that's not true. They're iffy. Anyway, TTC likes Onins. Well, he's one of those crayon eaters. Onins are the worst. Nope, that's not true. Tecumsehs are the worst. Onins are not much better. Oh, I hate those stupid Onins. But as you guys can see, it's getting kind of dark out here. So, yeah, I like Onin. Onin is owned by Cummins. Yeah, I've noticed. Junk. I do like the Cummins engine, though, I'll admit. But the Onins, they're trash. And old Onins are not made by Cummins. That was a development in the late 90s, early 2000s. So any of these old garden tractors have an Onin, not made by Cummins. And Cummins are great. Tecumsehs are not cool. This is true. Yeah. Tecumsehs are the actual worst. I call them junkumpses. Onins, if they were reliable, would be a good engine. They have good power. They're really torquey, but they are not reliable. They're a pain to work on. You can't get the parts. They're not reliable. Do I like Kubotas? Kubotas are a throwaway. Both of my neighbors have Kubotas, and I can run circles around them with my 112. Those things can't do squat. Put Kubota diesel in my IH lowboy. Okay, great. So, do you have any deers over there, Mr. Tractor Channel? I mean, garden tractors. I see it. Your profile picture looks like it's 2-cylinder. Man, is there anything you like? I like deers. Gravely's are okay. Simplicities, fairly decent quality. Wheel horses are junk. Bolins are junk. Simplicity made a ton of different brands. Or try to. I don't remember what we were talking about there, but yeah. Well, it's kind of cold out here, and I have other stuff to do. You guys can barely see because it's getting dark out here, and I ain't got lights over here yet. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I hope everybody that's here enjoyed watching and all that happy stuff. Got quite a few Johnny Poppers, 620, 60, A, I, B, H. Yeah, we have A, B, D, G, H, 60, 70, 520, 620, 720, 530, 630, 730. We got a 420 crawler, 4020, got 510 backhoe, 401B. Yeah, we got a lot of bigger stuff. I want a 2-cylinder diesel. That would be nice. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next live. We do this every other Sunday. And 5 o'clock's working out a little bit better. I might actually start doing it at 5 instead of 6. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. You say check out your Cub Lowboy with a Kubota. I assume that's on your channel you have. Is this the tractor channel? I assume you have it on there. I haven't seen it. I have checked out some of your videos, but never saw that. Probably because I wasn't paying attention to the wrong color. But I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. So we'll catch you next time.